What are these?
Oh, that's a set of double tank bands, if you will. And basically we use them for two singles that we convert into a set of doubles. So I've got a set of doubles here. You'll see they're manifolded across the top. It's got an isolator valve. And you will see those tank bands kind of hold those cylinders together, holds them apart at a certain distance so that we're not warping or putting any undue stress, if you will, on our isolator valve. And it's also how we carry them both on our backs at the same time.
Oh, okay.
What's up, guys? It's Bryan again from Lake Hickory Scuba and Marina. If you are new to our channel, do me a huge favor. Hit this little subscribe button right here and ding that little bell as well. That way you guys are going to be notified every time we upload new content. Now, I've got a really short video for you today. I'm going to talk a little bit about tank bands, or double tank bands, if you will. And I'm going to show you how we get them properly placed, say, on a cylinder. And more importantly, how do we always put them back in the exact same place? Well, the first thing that we need to understand is, and I've got one laying here somewhere, is on a back plate, you're going to have several different holes in here, and this is designed for, say, a height adjustment. But if we measure across this, we will see that what we are looking for, and I'm just going to measure, say, from the top hole, the very top, to the top of this slot, because each back plate's a little bit different. But if I measure from the top of the hole to the top of the slot, it is exactly 11 inches on center. So what that's going to do is that's going to tell me exactly where I need to place the tank bands. And just as a little demonstration here, I'm going to take these little speed nuts off, and we are going to place this back plate on there, and we will see that 11 inches on center allows us to properly place the back plate to the bands themselves. Now, obviously, we can slide up if we need to, and we're going to have quite a bit of adjustment here based off, say, a diver's handicap, whether they can reach back far enough or whatnot. We can truly adjust that. Plus, we want to adjust it to a height where they're not banging their head anytime that they jump in the water. So that's basically what we do there. But now that we understand that it needs to be 11 inches on center, let's talk a little bit about the placement of the bands themselves. Now, a lot of divers will try to go right where the crown comes into the sidewall, and that's where they'll place their top band. Then, of course, we measure down 11 inches on center to place the bottom band. And it's a pretty easy and simple setup. However, since there's no two divers that are the exact same, sometimes we have to put those bands in different positions, or different heights, if you will. So once we have it set up, we'll put the diver in his gear, and we'll have him do a valve drill. He'll just reach to see if he can feel his valves and the knobs that are on them. If not, then we can lower or raise her. We can even lower or raise the back plate to assist him there. But now, one of the things I do, especially on these particular doubles here, these are not ours, these are a customer set. Wherever they have them set up that works for them, I will always mark their cylinders. So these cylinders here, we are doing a visual on, plus we are going to be O2 cleaning these today. And so I want to make sure I get the bands exactly where he had them to begin with. So I'm just going to take a little Sharpie here, and you can use anything. You can use a piece of chalk, you can use a Sharpie, and I'm just going to draw a little line at the top of that band. I'm going to draw a little line at the top of this band. And I'm going to do the same thing on this cylinder. And then I'm also going to do it on the back. Now, it's very important that we do it on both sides. The reason is sometimes whenever we go to put the valves back in the cylinders, they don't necessarily get turned the exact same way as what they were originally. So just to make sure I get everything put back exactly where it is, I'm just going to draw a little line here. Like so. And a neat little trick, yes, I'm using a permanent marker. This is very easy to get off a cylinder. All you got to do is take a little dry erase marker, color over it, and then it'll wipe off very easy. So yes, you can use a permanent marker on a cylinder and very easily get that permanent marker off as well. But now that all four bands are marked, if you will, or both sides marked on both front and back, once I have these apart, O2 cleaned, and visually inspected, I can very easily put the bands exactly right back into the same position that my diver had them. So there you go, guys. A simple marker is a very useful tool if you're a visual inspector or you're a gear technician setting up a set of doubles for a customer. And definitely you will want your customer here when you're setting the doubles up. That way they can reach to make sure everything's at the right height. And one of the things I like to do is get my customers involved, especially if they've reached this. If they are technical divers, they're usually wanting to get their hands involved anyways. I bring them back here into the workroom. I let them assist me putting their system together and their tanks and things like that. And they just tend to get a little bit more educated than me just doing it for them. But yeah, quick little tip, take you a black magic marker, mark the top of your bands, both front and back, and that way whenever you go to put them back in, put them back on, you make sure that you get them in the exact same spot. Because I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you found this tip very helpful, give me a big thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below, what do you do to get your bands exactly in the exact same place every single time? Because I really like learning from you guys as well. But that's going to do it for today. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.